what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life.
Well, it's a lovely morning to cruise, and Pat is just demooring. We are just moving ahead, just under the bridge you can see in front, to get some water, and then we'll be moving on. We've been at this lovely mooring for the last 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks tomorrow, and we're right opposite this farm here, and we've been watching the goats and the sheep frolic in the fields there. When we first arrived, sorry, I'm going to point you into the sun, it was full up here virtually. There was only room for this mooring space and the one behind us. But all the boats behind the wide beam have gone, and there's just us and the wide beam here now. And I think they'll be moving on soon because they arrived just after us. So I'm going to finish getting ready to go because I haven't got my shoes on yet. And Pat's going to move along to the water point.
Aye.
Aren't you, my darling?
Aye. Why not? Bye bye nice mooring. Bye bye goats.
Oh, we're on our way, just to the water point anyway, initially. And I think we've only got 2 locks to do today, haven't we?
Yeah.
2 or 3, depending on where we can moor.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get through this bridge. We go through the bridge and then we moor. We're just on the left hand side we get the water point. Luckily, just on the left hand side, our car's parked, so that's really good. But we've got to move that along eventually. Right, I better concentrate on mooring up and getting some water, hadn't I? Eileen's going to go down and do the lock. Got an aeroplane going over at the moment, sorry about that. Yeah, Eileen's going to go down and do that lock because we've been at the water tap this morning and filling up, all filled up, ready to go. So onwards and upwards, as they say.
So Pat's just finishing up on the water point there. Oh, I think he's on his way. I've just filled the lock, it was empty. So this is our first lock of the day. I think we've got 2 or 3 today, so again, not going too far because we have to walk back for the car. So, and Pat's not great at walking long distances now. So we're just going up to probably Church or Grove Lock, depending on what the moorings are like. And he's on his way in.
First one of the morning. Yep. And lovely morning. Eileen's got a wet bum because she pushed on the balance beam. And yeah. First lock of the day.
So we're going down. So that was a lovely mooring that we've just left. The only thing is, there was loads of damson trees above us. And every time we stepped out onto the towpath, we had to try and avoid all the damsons. Otherwise we'd tread them all into our boots and tread them in. But other than that, it was really nice there. The car was close by, so we could go out whenever we wanted to. Went and got some shopping. Collected a parcel from Amazon Locker. So that was all good. Pat's pulled in down there to pick me up because the next lock is actually quite away. And the staircase here is out of use. Not sure why, it just says do not use. And at one time this must have been double locks, I believe, because there looks as if there's another lock the other side of here. So double locks. But obviously that's all overgrown now and out of commission. And there it is from this side, all overgrown, with the working lock next to it.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And welcome to our vlog. You join us on a blooming glorious day.
Yeah, for the beginning of October. Although
Yeah.
they do forecast rain this afternoon, which is why we've started out a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
Because we want to get moored up and hopefully get back to get the car before it rains this afternoon.
yeah, yeah, it would be a good idea.
Otherwise we'll have to leave the car for a couple of days because
Yeah.
the forecast is rain all day tomorrow.
Yeah,
But it is a glorious day, and we've just left a glorious mooring.
oh, lovely mooring, absolutely lovely.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it.
Water on tap and
Well, yeah, because we went up and I did all my washing while I was there,
yeah,
and then we refilled the water tank and then reversed back, didn't we?
we did,
The
we
fisherman
did.
wasn't that pleased, but
No,
we were entitled to do so.
yeah, all good.
So it was all.
So where are we heading today, honey?
We are. That's my line.
Got to do it.
We are going to. Well, we're going
See?
to.
You forgot.
No, I haven't forgotten. We're going to go up to Church Lock or Grove Lock.
Right.
So that's where there's parking, where we know that it's parking for the car.
Oh, why
So we're
not?
gonna see which one we like best. Well, we're going to go past Church Lock first. So it's either 2 or 3 locks today.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we'll see how we get on then.
yeah.
Right.
So
With that, let's get on.
yeah, come with us.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. Where will you go? Won't you miss the ones you know? I'll be here, hanging on, waiting for your call. Seems like time as a wave passing by, leave a mark in our minds that turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. Hey, I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone.
So this is our second lock of the day. don't know whether you can see the hills in the background. It's the Chiltern Hills there. And this is called Church Lock. I wonder why. It looks like both the beams on this lock, on the top gates, have rotted away, so they've done a temporary repair. So on this one and on the one over there.
Just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
And this is a turnover bridge on this lock. So the towpath changes from one side to the other. Carry on. But if it will be not really carry on, right?
Yeah, no problem. That was a bit of a struggle, that one, wasn't it?
Probably it's quite low.
Yeah. Well, the balance bar is quite low.
Yeah.
The beam is quite low.
So the shoe things.
Yeah. Am I picking you up or what? Okay.
So we're on the other side now, and we wasn't sure whether we'd be able to moor here, but there's quite a few boats, so whether there's some mooring around the corner. Otherwise we go on to the next lock.
So there could be a mooring after the wide beam.
Looks like there could be a mooring after the wide beam, apparently. So we've moored up here just above Church Lock, no, just below Churchlock, should I say. We are under a tree here, but we're not getting a lot of solar anyway, and the sun goes down in the afternoon over that side, so we might still get a bit. So Pat's putting the canopy up. We'll probably have a cup of coffee and then walk back to get the car, because it's not too far. It's only about just over a mile. And then we'll be here for a couple of days before we move to Grovelock. We did try and pace it out because there's a little bit of room in front of us. We paced it out, but it worked out that the canopy would be right under the tree. So we've stayed where we are. And we are getting some solar still, so that's good. And it's not too bad at all. But it's going to rain all day tomorrow. So, or so the weather forecast says, but we'll see how we go. But what a glorious day for October. What are you doing, honey?
Sorting out my...
Bleep, bleep. Why is that then?
Because I've just got too much stuff in a small space. I can't find anything. And I'm going to sort this stuff out once and for all.
And what has prompted this situation?
Well, because the boat leans.
Because we've got
so much rubbish
we've got
on that side of the boat that the boat leans that way. So we've had to go out and buy. Well, we've had to go out and get some bricks.
Some engineering bricks.
Some engineering bricks to put on this side to weigh the boat over to.
Yeah.
So.
And you thought you'd sort out your rubbish.
Well, yeah.
It's not rubbish, is it?
The thing is, a lot of it's not rubbish. A lot of it is stuff that has accumulated over years that actually is not. It's some good stuff, but it's not making me happy by storing it in the boat and not using it. It's some stuff I haven't used for 4, 5, 6, 7 years and never probably will use again. So, you know what? I want my life to be simple.
So you're just keeping all the stuff that makes you happy.
Keep all the stuff that makes me happy. And that includes you.
Oh, no. Well, who would feed you if you got rid of me?
Yeah, so, I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? So,
yep.
The boat's in a bit of a mess. I'm in a bit of a mess. But, yeah. And I'm going to be...
But you're being ruthless, aren't you?
I'm being ruthless with it as well. Even stuff that's sentimental. Right, hi everybody. And I thought I'd just do a quick little video because we've had some people say that what do we do during our time on the boat? Particularly one person, Wayward, he said, you know, fine about doing cruising, but what else do we do? Well, Eileen's not here at the moment. But I thought I'd just show you some of the things that I do when I'm here on the boat. And one of the things that I do is amateur radio. And I've got little, see if we can find somebody, listen to somebody on amateur radio. This is French, I think. And there are some others. It depends on the time of day as to who's on.
Not a million miles away from you, I wouldn't have thought in
Someone from Wales.
if it was a little bit rude there, just trying to say hello to Graham, but I'd literally just come back in. So.
And what happens is I use the radio to tune in. I've got an antenna on the back, and I use the radio to tune into all around the world, really. I'm a licensed amateur, which means, or ham radio operator, as they say in America. And we're licensed in the UK to be able to transmit and receive radio signals, and we use specific areas of the frequencies that we can use to talk to people. I had a lovely contact last night to a VK, which is a Australian amateur radio operator. Had a lovely chat with him last night. So yeah, we can basically talk to all amateurs around the world. Interesting hobby. It's can be very technical, can be very easy. It's not all about talking around the world. Some of it is electronics, computers, computer sciences, programming, and all sorts of other features that go on with amateur radio. In fact, there's a big convention that's going on this weekend, in fact today and tomorrow, which is the 12th of October, and that is what's known as the RSGB convention. You can find those on the web. Just type in RSGB and up it will come, and it will tell you all sorts of things about amateur radio. The hobby itself is a really fascinating hobby, and goes back long time, right the way back to really when radio was first invented. Primarily though, there was a lot of radio amateurs during the war. During the war, most of the radio communications were actually really people that didn't know what they were doing, but were just trying different things. Hence the reasons for the license. The license really just allows you to transmit within certain frequencies so that we don't actually mess up other people's enjoyment. For instance, TV and other radio, sort of normal broadcast radio. So we have to stick within our own frequency ranges in order to be able to transmit. But it's a really interesting hobby, and it's one that I think that lots of people could get involved with. I know that there's lots of younger people that are interested in it. At times it seems a little bit like an old man's hobby, because there's quite a lot of elderly people that actually have had radios over the years, and of course as the radios have developed over the years, as they've got more and more technically moved on, and we've moved on to sort of transistors and that sort of thing, we really can do so much more. And computers are one of the biggest things that we now use within amateur radio. We do a digital modes which are over radio. We also do an internet version of ham radio. The hobby is vast. It's quite amazing how much the hobby brings in. I originally started, a good friend of mine actually was an amateur, a ham, and he introduced me to it. And in them days, we're going back a long time, and I was licensed back in the 1970s, sort of 1978, 1979, around that sort of time. And we had to sit you have to sit a test. So basically, when you do your ham radio license, in my day you had to sit what was known as the RAE, which is really the Radio Amateurs Examination, and what it was a full City and Guilds examination that you had to do. I had to go to night school to do that. Once I'd actually got my license, I could then transmit on certain frequencies. We also had Morse code as well, is another one that we would do. But the radio amateurs of today are allowed to have the licensing conditions have actually changed slightly. Whereas I had to go to college and study the RAE and take a written exam. Nowadays there is what's known as, I think there's a 3-stage. I'll have to find out exactly what they are, but they are foundation course, an intermediate course, and a full license. I have the full license because I did the City and Guilds back then, and this allows me to do quite a bit within the hobby. The foundation license just gives you kind of a starting feel for that. It allows you to transmit on, again, certain frequencies and use certain pieces of equipment. So if you're interested in this hobby at all, I'm hopefully going to try to put on another YouTube channel. I want to introduce it to you all on this channel because I know that there's lots of people that have been asking for me to do something on amateur radio. I want to introduce it to people. I'm sure there are people out there that are interested in what I get up to as far as trying to run a station from a narrowboat. It is quite different from running a station in a house or that sort of thing. Antennas have been quite challenging for me. I'm still working on my own setup, and a lot of the information that I'm hoping to give to you, if you like, is going to be on a different YouTube channel. I'm going to set up a little YouTube channel just so that people that are interested in amateur radio can then follow me on that. Obviously, if there are people that are watching me watching us on our Narrowboat Quest, obviously you can carry on and still watch it. We will bring in the odd thing now and again. But anyway, I won't go on too much about it because obviously there's a lot to discuss, but I will be hopefully putting something together in the other channel, and you'll be able to go and have a look for that. But with that, for now, I'll just show you a very brief sort of look over my setup, and you can then forward any questions you want to within the comments, and I'd really appreciate if you have got any comments that you could just drop me a line and just let me know how you feel about it. Obviously everything as far as the cruising is concerned still remains the same, and no changes there, but I'm hoping to be able to add this little bit of extra information for people so that you've got an understanding of what we do when we are on our boat. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now. This is it's a bit windy today. This is my new antenna set up on the back of the boat. Golf 7 Kilo Charlie Kilo portable. Roger, roger. It's a Golf 7 Kilo Charlie Kilo, over. A Golf 7 Kilo Charlie Kilo portable, over. Roger, roger. We're 5 and 9 this end. You're 5 and 9. And we're running about 100 watts. I'm on a narrowboat there. Anyway, back to you. Golf 7 Kilo Charlie Kilo portable. Yeah, roger, roger. 73s. Thanks for the contact.